Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode 157, Beyond What's Possible. Hello, hello, hello. You all will be receiving this on maybe the last day of 2021, and I'm loving this episode. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about beyond what is possible, and I'm going to tell you a little story about my word of the year that I came to know just a couple days ago for my word for 2022. But before that, I want to share with you a little bit about why I really like word of the year stuff. And I just started doing this, I think, this year. I think this 2021 was the first year that I really sort of embodied a word to sort of live by. And my word of 2021 was magic. And the reason why I chose magic for 2021 was because at the end of 2020, I started tapping into like the universal energy. And I call it magic. A lot of people call it spirit or God, energy, that kind of thing. I call it magic. And basically I do some meditation and I connect with the earth and to the universe. And I go into this sort of magical place and I visualize my goals happening, anything I want to accomplish, anything I want to work on, anything I need guidance on. And at the end of 2020, I was doing this on a very regular basis, and I was able to create and accomplish all of my goals in a pretty short amount of time, and it truly was magical. And so magic became my word for 2021, and I had a necklace made out of it, and I looked for magic, I looked for miracles. A lot of you know that I connect with nature and trees, and just seeing some letting myself imagine sort of like otherworldly things that maybe we aren't paying attention to on a regular day-to-day basis and sort of the conscious level of our thinking. So I used magic in my language. I looked for it. If there was ever a problem or something that, I was really stuck upon, I would try to call into this universal magic to help me navigate it. And it was a very, very powerful word for me. I don't think that my experience in 2021 was magical. I wouldn't describe a whole year with all of the different experiences and things that I did as that. I haven't actually done a whole download on my experience of 2021 yet, but I will be doing that before the year is over. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of background of why I chose that word for 2021. And I think when you use language, I think language is first very important, and the words you use do matter. And if you can attach to one word or a phrase that can help you navigate things and help tap into the energy in which you want to try to live your life by, I think it's super, super helpful. So this year, my amazing colleague and friend and soul sister, Sarah Trapkiss, and you guys could check her out. She's at Sarah, Sarah, Trapkiss, Trapkus, is a healer, and she's an energy worker, and she's an amazing human being. And she offered a 90-minute session to help you find your word of the year. So basically, she takes you on a kind of a spiritual journey into your subconscious and helps you visualize and tap into this universal spirit that shows you your word of the year. And I did that with her and another colleague yesterday, and it was absolutely amazing. It was so amazing. So my word of the year that I found was beyond. And I didn't know that was going to be my word. I pretty much went into it open to receiving whatever came. And since that session I had with her and this word came to me, my life has seriously shifted in the last 24 hours. It's crazy. So my question to you guys using this word beyond, which I'm going to be using a lot in the next year, so watch out, is I want to just ask you, what is beyond what you currently think is possible? And I was trying to make a decision. I'll just give you an example of how I used this word after I found it in this session. So I was grappling with making a decision about communicating with somebody over the holidays. And I didn't know if I wanted to, if I didn't want to. And I kept having this thought, like, I don't know if it's possible to have a relationship with this person. I don't know if it's possible. I don't think it can change. And I've been having that sort of very limiting belief for a while, and found so much evidence that this could be true, that it was not going to work, wasn't going to be possible in how I was thinking. And part of this beyond word that came to me during the session came with some other things. So there was also some images that I saw in this visualization exercise. One of them was a coconut. And the message from the coconut was, I need to break through the shell. And then after further reflection today and last night, yesterday was the winter solstice, and the shell really represents my own parameters, my own sort of rule books in my head. I've referred to it as like this box that we put ourselves in. It limits, this box or this shell limits what we currently think is possible, right? So it's like a rule book or a manual that we have. And I was definitely operating within this manual when I was thinking about what's not possible with this relationship that I'm referring to right now. And I noticed myself being hung up on this decision about if I was going to communicate or not over the holidays. And then I remembered my word beyond, and I remembered this coconut, and I was like, oh, I am more than a shell. I am more than these limiting beliefs that I have. And all of a sudden it was like the walls fell down. And so I thought, what if I just decided to not believe that it wasn't possible? Not that I have to believe that it is possible, but what if I just dropped the idea that it wasn't possible that this relationship could change? And in that moment, I was like, whoa, that's beyond. That is beyond what I think is possible, right? And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to talk about this on the podcast, because I know that every single one of you has some beliefs that you don't even recognize that you are falling and listening to yourself believe that may or may not be serving you. For some of you, it might be the belief system that you can't change your relationship with alcohol. You've tried everything that you have thought of, and you're just not getting anywhere, and you can't change it. I don't think it's possible, right? Or you might have a relationship that you're navigating as well. Or you might be stuck in a job that you don't like, or maybe your living situation isn't what you want it to be, or something. There's something in everybody's lives, because nobody's lives are perfect, that you have a box that with you are putting your thoughts in and your belief systems in that haven't moved. Okay? And so this question I'm asking you all, what is beyond what you currently think is possible? I'm not saying that you should think that it's possible. I'm asking you to ask yourself that question. What do you think is not possible right now? What comes up for you? What is something that you've been struggling with? What is something that's been on your mind a lot, right? And what if you just dropped the belief that it wasn't possible? That exercise will just break down the walls for you in your brain, and it will open up a lot more space to explore and to feel free and to connect with something else that you haven't been able to connect with because you are putting this idea into a box. And for me in this relationship, I don't know what's going to happen, but me just releasing the idea that it's not possible feels so much better. It feels free. Now I don't have to make my decisions based on me not believing it's possible, or having hope for something different in the future. I've just literally dropped the walls around it, and now I'm open to anything happening. It not working out, it working out, or something in between. Does that make sense? So I just want you guys to ask yourself, what is beyond what you currently think is possible? Write that question down and sit with it for a little bit. If it is your relationship with alcohol, I promise you that you uncovering this box that you're putting this belief in is going to be so helpful, because you can decide to go beyond what you think is possible. Your mind is powerful, okay? And I really want you guys to hear me on this. It feels freedom to let yourself drop those boundaries and those ideas and those concepts that you have on your own capabilities of doing something. Even if nothing ever changes, letting go of that hard boundary that you have inside your own head will release something that you don't even know. Okay? It's beyond what you think is possible. And so if you can think about beyond what you think is possible today, what comes up for you in whatever issue that came up with you when you ask yourself that question? Okay, so for some of you, it might be, it's beyond possibility that I never drink again. It's a beyond possibility that I can go out socially and have a drink without wanting more, without constantly self-sabotaging that. It's beyond possible that I'll lose weight and never gain it back. It's beyond possible that I'll heal my relationship with my parents. It's beyond possible that I'll ever make any more money than I am right now. It's beyond possible that I'll ever have a happy marriage. It's beyond possible that I'll ever have a great relationship with my kids. Okay? So it may not feel possible right now because it isn't true right now, but if you could look past that limitation that you have in your brain about what is currently possible, I promise magic awaits you, my friend. And so that's what I want to leave you with on this last week of 2021. I want you to go beyond what you think is possible. I'm certainly going to be living into that, and I've already blown my own mind multiple times over with what I think is possible in my own life, but I'm going to be living this word. I think it's perfect for me as I go above and beyond what I've done so far. And I can't wait to feel this energy from this word. It means a lot to me. It means strength. It means that I'm more, and it means that I'm wise. And I can go beyond what I think is possible in so many different aspects of my life. And when I think that, I feel that in my bones. I feel this energy that just feels like it's pulling me. It excites me. It feels light and magical, and I can't wait to use it. So I've already adapted it. It's not even been 24 hours, and so much is opening up for me because I believe in beyond possibility, beyond what you think you can have right now, you can have. You just got to give yourself an opportunity to think beyond what is possible. All right, my friends, I hope you've had a wonderful year in all of its pain and all of its glory. And I hope you take a moment to reflect upon this year. I recommend you do a thought download in a journal or on a piece of paper about your experience this year, what you learned about yourself this year, what you liked about this year, what you didn't like about this year, and sort of wrap up this year for yourself so you can decide what you want to create for yourself in the following year. And if you're inside my Stop Over Drinking and Start Living coaching program, get excited because we are kicking off January 1st with a Healthy Habits Challenge. I'm really excited about this. We have a daily challenge that we've already decided what it's going to be. We're going to have a calendar. We're going to have prompts every day in our private Facebook group. And I'm going to be doing the challenge with y'all. Every single day, I'm doing every single one of these challenges. And I can't wait to see what happens at the end of the month in January. And if you're not inside my coaching program, you can join before January 1st. So just click through the link in the show notes and watch those 3 videos for the application process, and then fill out your application, and I'll be reviewing those, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And you can join the program and do that Healthy Habits Challenge with us instead of doing something crazy and extreme like everybody else is going to be doing. You're going to do one simple thing with us in the power of the group. And at the end of the month, you'll still have ongoing support for another 5 months where you can get coaching and support and change that relationship with alcohol forever. All right, my friends, I love you all. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.